I can fight monsters, I can't fight physics.
Hello, Ziad. So this was a question on 2023 about quark structures. So they gave you some random quarks that you've never seen. So the quark structure of the omega negative particle is SSS. Okay, so the omega negative is unstable. It decays into a proton through a series of decays. So it's unstable and it just changes internally. So that must mean it's a weak interaction. Now, what do you know about weak interactions? Because we've got strange particles, strangeness can change either 1, 0, or -1. Okay, so if it's a strong interaction, then strangeness has to be conserved, but it's not. Okay, so what do we know? So you got omega negative decays into a G0 plus a pion negative, followed by G0 is equal to alpha 0 plus pi 0, followed by alpha 0 is p plus alpha pi -1. So the both hadrons, G and alpha, deduce the quark structure of the alpha. Right, so in order to deduce the quark structure of the alpha, you're going to need to know what the G particle is. So if you look at the first one, omega minus to G0 plus pion minus. Now, what do we know? Well, first of all, if we do charge, they've told you, well, actually, let's just do baryon number. So that's a baryon. Okay, that is not a baryon, that's a meson. So this must be a baryon. Okay, so we know it's got 3 quarks. Then let's do charge. Well, this is, well, we don't need to do charge. That's just -1, 0, plus -1. So that's conserved. Um, Now, what do we know? Strangeness may not be conserved. So none of these are leptons. So I'm not going to do lepton numbers. So strangeness, well, strangeness of this is 3, isn't it? So this one doesn't, pion doesn't contain a strange particle, so that's 0. So what do you know? Well, it can't be 3 because that's what baryon negative is. So it could go down by 1. It can't go up by 1 because there's only 3 quarks in there. So this could have a strangeness of 2. Okay, so that must mean it is S, S, and something else. Now, there's something that, now what do we know? An S has a charge of -1/3, and this is a -1/3. So we need something else. When you add it together, will give you 0e. Well, minus minus, so you need a 2/3. So that means that's a U. Okay, so we know the structure of G, okay, is SSU. Now let's move on to the next one. The G, then the G0 decays into alpha 0. Sorry, let's write that again. It's not A. Alpha 0 plus pion 0. So again, let's do, if I did B, this is a baryon because it's got 3 quarks. The pion is not a baryon, so therefore the alpha has to be a baryon. So we know it's got 3 quarks. In terms of charge, well, that's quite easy, isn't it? That's 0, 0 plus 0. So again, now if you do strangeness, well, this has 2. This one is pion is 0. So this one, it's not 3 because that's what omega negative is, and it's not 2 because that's what the G is. So it's got to be 1. Okay, so that must mean it's got one of these, and that's a -1/3, plus something else that will give you 0e. So, well, we're gonna have to, we need something positive because of this is negative. So if you had, let's say, a U, that will be 2/3. So that's a problem because that's going to give you +1/3. So you need a D as well. Okay, so that will be -1/3. So when you add all that together, that gives you 0. So the structure of this is simply, what's that, neater, up, down, strange. So I've done A again, but hopefully that makes sense.